Let me guess, you've heard it 100 times before. Make your emails pretty and they'll convert. But here's the reality. Pretty doesn't pay the bills. It's not about making your emails look like they belong in an art gallery. It's about strategy. If your email looks amazing but doesn't get clicks or drive sales, it's worthless. That's the hard truth nobody wants to talk about. Today, we're going to break down what actually makes emails work, what makes them convert. It's not just about the aesthetics. It's about layering, structure, dynamic content, and even the psychology behind color theory. At Bad Marketing, we take this approach to heart. Every single email we design is built with one goal in mind: conversions. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to create emails that don't just sit in someone's inbox. They move people to act. And that's what we do for every client here at Bad Marketing. Let's start with layering. Now, this isn't just about adding more design elements for the sake of it. It's about creating depth and leading the reader's eye naturally through the content. Think of it like a conversation. In this example from Better Brand, notice how the text doesn't just sit on a flat screen. It's layered with overlapping elements that create subtle depth and give the email a sense of movement. This isn't by accident. It's about controlling the flow. The overlapping sections engage the reader without overwhelming them, creating a visual hierarchy where each part of the email builds on the next. The way these layers interact with each other is key. See how the slightly opaque backdrop flows behind the headline? Reignite your routine. It's subtle but intentional. The backdrop swoosh follows the movement of the text almost as if it's speaking the message out loud to you. This kind of visual alignment keeps your focus where it needs to be, on the key message, while keeping the design interesting and dynamic. Layering does more than just make your email look good. It enhances engagement by encouraging the reader to keep scrolling, and that's the difference between a flat email and one that feels interactive. Instead of bombarding the reader with too many elements, you're building a narrative that pulls them in and keeps them engaged. We don't just design emails to be visually appealing at Bad Marketing. We design them to work. Every color, every shape, and every element has a purpose. Layering is about adding depth, yes, but it's also about creating a flow that converts attention into action. Next up is dynamic content. This is where email marketing goes from generic to personal. And by personal, I don't just mean throwing the subscriber's name at the top of the email and calling it a day. It's about creating an experience that feels tailored specifically to the individual receiving it. With our client Lane 201, we didn't just stop at adding a name. We dug deeper. We show products they've already viewed, recommended items based on their previous purchases, and even asked them targeted questions to help further customize their journey. At Bad Marketing, we believe dynamic content is what makes the difference between an email that gets opened and one that gets deleted. We use data to inform every piece of the puzzle, whether it's previous interactions, purchase behavior, or even demographic info. That way, the message doesn't just look personal, it is personal. And that's why it works. It's not about making an email pretty, it's about making it relevant to the person receiving it. Pretty without relevance is noise, but relevance drives action. And that's why our dynamic content strategy is a game changer for brands like Lane 201. Whether it's using personalized product recommendations, sending content that's based on their past engagement, or even adding questions to learn more about what your subscribers want, dynamic content brings your email to life. It creates a dialogue that gets people clicking, responding, and most importantly, buying. This is where a lot of people mess up. Thinking more is better, cramming as much information into an email as possible. But here's the reality. If your email feels cramped and chaotic, it's going to overwhelm your readers and kill your engagement. What you really want is an email that feels open, easy to read, and structured in a way that naturally leads the reader's eye from one point to the next. Take this example from Adigen. Notice the balance here. There's plenty of breathing room around the text, but the design isn't just about empty space. It's structured so that your eyes are guided through the email in a very intentional way. This is where visual hierarchy comes into play. We use bolded text and key phrases to draw attention to the most important elements, making sure those crucial points stand out without overwhelming the reader. When done right, you don't even have to tell the reader where to look next. Their eyes will naturally follow the flow you've created. Look at the proximity of each element. Nothing is cluttered or fighting for attention. Each piece of content has enough room to breathe, but still maintains a close enough proximity to be visually connected. This balance helps the reader feel comfortable as they scroll, while ensuring the content remains cohesive. Each section has a job to do, and when placed properly, everything from text to images contributes to the overall story you're telling. At Bad Marketing, we don't just focus on making emails look good, we focus on making them functional. Every space, every font size, every element placement is strategic. The goal is to guide the reader through a journey that feels effortless, while still driving them towards the all-important conversion point. When spacing and hierarchy are done right, your readers won't even notice it. They'll just feel it. The content flows, the message hits home, and the action happens. And that's how you turn an email from cluttered noise into a high-converting machine. Finally, let's talk about color theory. Now, color isn't just about making your emails look good. It's a powerful tool that can trigger emotions and influence behavior. Think of color as your silent messenger. It's working hard behind the scenes to shape how your readers feel and how they respond to your message. Different colors evoke different emotions, and understanding this is key to designing emails that not only capture attention, but also drive action. But here's the thing, it's not just about picking the right color. It's about using contrast to make those colors work together and enhance your message. Contrast helps guide your readers' attention and make important elements pop. For example, your call to action button should stand out against the background. If everything in your email is the same tone, it all blends together and nothing feels urgent or special. On the flip side, if there's too little contrast, your email can feel overwhelming or worse, bland. You run the risk of everything competing for attention, and when everything is loud, nothing stands out. So, choosing colors isn't just about personal preference or brand guidelines. It's about making sure your design leads the reader to the action you want them to take. At Bad Marketing, we don't just pick colors because they look good. We pick them because they serve a purpose. We use color theory and contrast strategically to guide your readers' emotions, keep them engaged, and drive them to act. Whether you're using blue to build trust, red to create urgency, or green to soothe and reassure, the key is balance. Get the contrast right and your emails will go from just pretty to powerful. So, here's the bottom line. Pretty emails alone don't get the job done, pal. Sure, they might look visually appealing, but if they're not driving results, clicks, conversions, or revenue, then what's the point? Your emails need to be more than just eye candy. They need to have a purpose, and that's where strategy comes in. From layering that adds depth and guides the reader's eyes, to dynamic content that personalizes the experience, to color theory that taps into your audience's emotions, every single element in your email design should work towards one goal: performance. You're not just designing for aesthetics, you're designing for action. Whether it's spacing that makes the email easy to skim, or visual hierarchy that ensures the most important messages pop, the goal is always to move your readers from passive viewers to engaged customers. And this is what we live and breathe at Bad Marketing. Our focus isn't just on making emails that look great. It's about building emails that convert. Every design decision is rooted in strategy, because at the end of the day, an email that doesn't convert is a wasted opportunity. Now, if you're ready to stop making emails that are just pretty and start creating emails that actually drive results, do yourself a favor. Hit that like button and subscribe for more actionable insights, buddy. Let's take your emails from basic to powerful.